The holographic transmission flickered to life in the United Earth Command Center, casting an eerie blue glow across the faces of humanity's finest. Commander Bella Chen stood at attention, her dark eyes fixed on the towering figure of Supreme Arbiter Zexthor, whose chitinous form dominated the display. Primitive species of Sol 3, the Arbiter's voice resonated through translation matrices dripping with condescension. The Galactic Council has deliberated. Your kind has been deemed unsuitable for integration. You will surrender your world within 72 of your hours or face extermination. Beside Bella, Lieutenant Faraz Ahmed leaned back in his chair, arms crossed over his chest. A slow smile crept across his face, the kind of smile that had unnerved enemy combatants from Mars to the Kuiper Belt. Did he just... Faraz began, his voice thick with disbelief and amusement. He did, Bella confirmed, her own lips twitching. Then, to the confusion of every alien delegate on the transmission, she did something unprecedented in Galactic Council history. She laughed. It started as a chuckle, low and incredulous, before building into full, genuine laughter. Within seconds, Faraz joined her, then the other officers in the command center. The sound echoed through the chamber, a sound the galaxy had never properly understood. Human laughter. Commander Chen, Zexthor's mandibles clicked in irritation. You mock your own extinction? Bella wiped a tear from her eye, composing herself with visible effort. Supreme Arbiter, with all due respect, and I mean absolutely none, did your intelligence actually brief you on what humans are? The alien's compound eyes flickered uncertainty. You are a Class C civilization, barely FTL capable. Your weapons technology is primitive, your population fragmented. We have conquered 4,000 worlds. Right, Faraz interjected, standing and walking toward the hologram. Let me guess. Those 4,000 worlds saw your ships, ran some probability calculations, and surrendered because the math said they'd lose? Silence from the council. See, that's where you made your mistake, Faraz continued, his voice hardening. You've spent millennia fighting rational species. Species that understand when they're outmatched. Species that surrender when survival probability drops below acceptable thresholds. Bella stepped forward, her command presence filling the room. We're not rational, Arbiter. We're human. Do you know what that means? She gestured to the wall, where a holographic display materialized, showing images from Earth's history. Ancient battles, medieval sieges, world wars, the colonization of Mars despite catastrophic initial failures. We once fought a war that killed 3% of our entire species over ideology, Bella said. We've climbed mountains that killed us, crossed oceans in wooden boats, split the atom and reached for the stars knowing we might burn. We're the species that invented the concept of hold my beer, Faraz added with a grin. We're the apex persistence hunters who chased prey until it died of exhaustion. We're the primates who looked at wolves, and decided they'd make good pets. Zexthor's posture shifted, uncertainty creeping into his bearing. This changes nothing. Our fleet consists of 5,000 dreadnoughts, 200,000 support craft, and enough antimatter weaponry to glass a continent, Bella interrupted. We know. We've been tracking your stealth approach for 3 weeks. Your cloaking technology is frankly embarrassing. The Arbiter recoiled. Impossible. Our technology is based on gravitic distortion signatures that literally any species with neutrino telescopes can detect, Faraz said, pulling up tactical displays. You've been fighting species that never needed to watch their skies for threats. We've been watching ours since we lived in caves and feared the dark. Bella's expression turned cold. You want to know what makes humans dangerous, Arbiter? It's not our technology. It's not our weapons. It's that when you tell us we can't do something, when you tell us we're going to die, when you tell us to surrender, we take it personally. Faraz finished. You have 72 hours, Bella said, echoing the Arbiter's earlier words. Withdraw from our system. Send an ambassador to negotiate proper first contact protocols or... She pressed a button. The display shifted, showing real-time imagery of Earth's moon, where massive railgun installations were rising from beneath the lunar surface. Mars, where entire shipyards hidden in Valles Marineris unveiled themselves. The asteroid belt, where thousands of kinetic weapons platforms came online simultaneously. Or, Bella continued, you can discover why humans never stopped preparing for war even when we achieved peace. Why we militarized our solar system while simultaneously sending out welcomes to the cosmos. Why we're the species that coined the phrase "speak softly and carry a big stick." Faraz pulled up another display, showing tactical projections. We've run the simulations, Arbiter. Your fleet is impressive by galactic standards, but you've never fought a species that's been at war with itself for 10,000 years. We've refined the art of killing into a science. Every tactic you might use, we invented 3 variations of it before we left our homeworld. This is bluster, Zexthor said, but his voice wavered. Psychological warfare. Maybe, Bella admitted. There's one way to find out. Send your fleet. See what happens when you threaten a species that survived ice ages, supervolcanoes, pandemics, and its own worst impulses. See what happens when you threaten humans' children, their homes, their future. She leaned forward, her eyes blazing with an intensity that transcended species barriers. We didn't claw our way to the top of our food chain, survive extinction-level events, and drag ourselves into space just to surrender to someone else's bureaucracy. You want Earth? Come and take it. Faraz's grin returned, feral and dangerous. And when you fail, because you will fail, every species in this galaxy will know that the Galactic Council lost to the primitive humans. Your empire of fear ends at Sol. The transmission hung in silence for a long moment. Then, Supreme Arbiter Zexthor straightened, his posture rigid with something humans had rarely seen in the galaxy's so-called civilized species, respect tinged with fear. The Council will reconsider its position. An ambassador will be sent to negotiate. Smart choice, Bella said. Welcome to the neighborhood, Arbiter. We'll try not to laugh too hard at your first taste of coffee. As the transmission ended, Faraz turned to Bella. Think they'll actually back down? Bella allowed herself a small smile. They conquered 4,000 worlds, Faraz. 4,000 species that did the math and surrendered. But we're not them. No, Faraz agreed, looking out at the stars. We're human, and humanity doesn't surrender. Outside, Earth continued its eternal rotation, a small blue marble that had just reminded the galaxy why sometimes the smallest things bite the hardest.